Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. With midterm election campaigning showing little sign of slowing, early voting places are now open across Texas and Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County. 796 voted in person and 6 limited ballots were cast at the Justice of the Peace Precinct 2 courtroom Monday. The courtroom serves as the early voting place for the county, and Monday was the first day to vote. Early voting continues through November 2nd from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. each weekday, with the exception of Tuesday, October 30th and Thursday, November 1st. Those 2 days, ballots may be cast from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Early voting will also be available Saturday, October 27th from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Sunday, October 28th from noon until 5. This year, the U.S. Senate race between incumbent Republican Rafael Ted Cruz and Democrat challenger Robert Beto O'Rourke has drawn national attention thanks to O'Rourke's fundraising ability. Much of his $38 million has been spent in television advertising and signage. In Hopkins County, only the county clerk position is contested. Within the District 2 State House race and the State Senate race, the issue of education is driving campaigns for Democratic challenger Bill Brannon, who is challenging incumbent Dan Flynn for state representative, and Democrat Kendall Scudder, who's challenging Bob Hall for the state Senate seat. Issues surrounding education are also primary factors for the lieutenant governor's race. Hopkins County Chamber of Commerce has announced that Brown and Gray will be participating in this year's stew contest with an acoustic music set from noon until 12:45 p.m. on the main stew stage. Brown and Gray is a brand new country duo composed of Casey Brown and Sam Gray. Their hit single, Top Down, has earned strong support from Apple Music with major placement across multiple Apple-curated play sites. The track has passed 3.5 million streams. It is now firmly ensconced in the top 75 U.S. iTunes country singles chart with over 250,000 downloads sold. Casey Brown was born in Sulphur Springs and started writing music at age 11 when she signed with Barbara Orbison's Nashville-based Still Working Music. At 17, she released her debut album Instigator on Interscope Records. She was also an opening act for the Backstreet Boys. Hailing from UK, or the United Kingdom, Sam Gray is a profound talent, singer, songwriter, producer, and musician who sold over 95 million streams on Spotify across 7 current single releases. The Chamber is happy to welcome Sam and Casey to the stew contest. Brown and Gray will be serving as celebrity judges for the stew contest and will then be available for a meet and greet throughout the park. They also have merchandise available for sale that day. Tickets for the stew are available at local banks and Chamber of Commerce office. Tickets are $6 each. The theme for this year's stew contest is May the Stew Be With You. T-shirts are also available for purchase at the Chamber this week and at the event on Saturday for $10 each. Stew service will begin at 10:45 a.m. Saturday. Local soccer fans will want to make plans to attend the Region 14 National Junior College Athletic Association Tournament at Primm Stadium Wednesday. The men's soccer team from Paris Junior College has made the first round of the tournament, taking on Coastal Bend College at 4 p.m. Wednesday at Primm Stadium. Coach Evan Michael Camperell pointed to several players to watch during the game. In the backfield, freshman Raymond Kennedy of Waxahachie provides an anchor as a solid defender. Sophomore goalkeeper Irvin Roca from Brownsville is fantastic, providing a few winning results largely due to his work, according to his coach. And offensively, freshman Emiliano Leal of Monterrey, Mexico leads the team in scoring and has also been heavily involved in assists. Coach Camperell says District 14 is perennially one of the toughest in the nation. He said the game will be well worth watching. Currently, PJC is 8-9 for the season, 7-7 in conference play. The team that advances after tomorrow's game will face either first-seeded Tyler Junior College, who's nationally ranked at 6th, or second-seed Northeast Texas Community College, currently ranked 5th in the nation. Tuesday morning on KSST, representatives of Dairy Queen on South Broadway visited, telling us about their costume contest for children, their coloring contest for children, and they announced the winner of their first drawing of business cards for a combo meal.
We have a costume contest coming up. It's going to be on the 29th. We want all the kids to come in their spooky costumes, and we're going to judge them at 6 o'clock. And we have a really cool gift for them, whoever wins. It's going to be the medium blizzard of the month, and it's for the whole year. So they'll have every month they can come and they'll get a little punch card. When they come in, we'll punch it, and they'll get whatever blizzard they want, and that goes on for the whole year.
So with a medium-sized blizzard, I'm sure there's some moms out there that are going to be bringing the kids in so they'll win so they can have part of it and they can have part of it.
Absolutely.
Sharing is good.
Yeah, and again, that contest is this next week.
Yes, sir.
And when is there a specific time again?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yep.
All right. So we want to encourage everyone to go out and to be a part of that. Any rules on the costumes that they have, or just?
Well, they have to be at least under 12. No adults are involved in it. It's got to be the kids. And we're going to have lots of candy, and, we'll let them run around and play and stuff like that. And then my employees are going to be judging on them.
Okay.
So if they come in, they can come in as early as 4 o'clock, and they can sit down and eat, maybe get an ice cream cone. And then after that, we'll just get we'll line them up on the wall, and my employees will judge them.
All right. So a true lineup for Halloween.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
This should be a lot of fun for these guys as they come in to do that. Now, you've also got another contest for children that's been going on, I believe.
Yes, sir. And our walls are just plattered with all these beautiful pictures that they've been coloring, and we're going to be judging on them on Halloween. And we're also going to have you guys mention the winner over the air,
right.
And they win. We have 3 prizes for first, second, and third prize. First prize is a coloring thing with paints
Coloring
and stuff
set.
like that. And the second prize is some Play-Doh. It's got different little colors in it. And the third prize is a Dairy Queen shirt.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, for some, the third prize might be a little better than the other two.
Yeah.
I know that you guys, how long has Dairy Queen been at that location now?
February 25th will be 2 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
Have you been with them that long, or?
Yes, sir. Actually, I started 3 years ago. I trained almost about a year before the store actually opened.
Okay, all right. Well, and Dairy Queen, obviously a true Texas tradition, but a tradition in other states as well, I understand.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, and as we look at some of these contests that you guys have got, you've also had a contest regarding business cards.
Yes, sir, we do.
Tell us about that.
If you come in, all the local businesses come in and drop their business card, then we will I'll have one of my employees pick it, and every month we'll pick a winner, and then we'll have you mention it over the air.
Right.
And then they can come in and just tell them their name, and we can give them any combo that we have on our menu, they can get for free.
All right, well, very good. So I think you have a winner today.
I do have a winner.
Let's tell.
The name is Gary Wood, and he works at Brian Tolliver Ford, and he can come in anytime and get his free combo meal.
All right, our congratulations to Gary Wood on winning the combo meal. Now, this is given away on a weekly, monthly basis?
Well, we were going to do it weekly, but we don't have very many cards. So I guess it's more like if they come in and give us the cards, then it could be a weekly thing. But we
Okay.
need more businesses to come in and drop their cards off.
All right, so don't forget to drop those cards off as you go to Dairy Queen on South Broadway. If you are working with a business here in town and have a business card, well, please drop that into their bowl and be able to win one of these prizes. It sounds like an exciting time. Dairy Queen has a lot of traditional combos.
Yes, sir, we do. I think our steak finger is the most popular. People love that. They come in and they just, I mean, we'll have our chicken basket on sale, which we do right now. We have it on sale for $4.99, but they come in and they want the steak finger basket. We go through more steak fingers than we do chicken fingers sometimes.
Well, welcome to Hopkins County and beef country. That's certainly a big part of it. And of course, burgers are a big part of the combos that you guys have as well.
Yeah, our Hunger Buster is kind of like our signature burger, if you will. And then we have the Triple Buster. I don't know who could eat all that meat, but we sell a lot of them.
I'm sure you do.
We do.
I would, the dude?
Yes, the dude. Yeah, that's pretty much popular too. I think that's another signature sandwich of Dairy Queen's.
Yeah, Dairy Queen certainly has a good tradition and history for meals that they offer, and it kind of hits the Texas palate well when people come in to purchase that. When you look at the contest that you have, obviously, from a business perspective, everybody's talking about bringing people into the business.
Absolutely.
But it's also fun, especially with the children, is it not?
Oh yes, and you should see their little faces when they bring up that page after they've colored it. They're just so bright, and I love it. It's like
They really want you. They want you to give it to get it. And, they're waiting to see where you put it on the wall. I mean,
and then when they come in again, they'll be like, "Where's my picture?
Yes.
Where's my picture?"
Yes.
And they're all looking for their name and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing a lot of things for the kids throughout the holiday season too. Every holiday, we're going to have probably a coloring page for them to color.
Right.
But we want the kids to come in. We want them to have fun when they come in there. And kids, dictate where people eat.
Right.
And if you treat the kids good and get them what they want, they're gonna be like, I want to go to Dairy Queen today, Mom. Please, please, please.
All right.
And so that's what we want. We want to treat the kids good, and we want them to feel special when they come in there too.
Right.
Sometimes we'll have new people training in the chill area, and they'll train on making ice creams, and they're not always the best when they first start. So we'll take an ice cream cone and go out to the dining room and give it to somebody,
Right.
because we just want them to feel special.
Sure,
Absolutely.
exactly. It's a great place to go after school for kids, blizzards and ice cream, a great treat after school.
Yeah, and they enjoy it too when they come in there. And we try to make them feel special. Like sometimes they'll have a birthday and I'll get all my employees together and we'll go sing happy birthday to them.
Right.
Yes.
One time we did make a baby cry though.
Yeah. We scared them.
Yeah.
We were too loud.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Well, I'm glad it was because they were scared by that and not music critics of some sort. But one of the things that certainly with business people, lunch hours are not hours anymore. They're just brief times when people can run out real quick and grab something to eat. You guys are located on South Broadway, which makes it easily accessible.
Absolutely.
And also meals are prepared quickly, yet with
love.
With love. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, keeping them. Making sure everything is just the way the customer wants it.
Oh, yes. And we do try to be very accurate. Sometimes they mess up. I mean, that's with every business, but we try to make it up to them. We never want them to leave without making it right. That's one of our models, make it right.
Okay.
And
a very important motto for
absolutely.
business today, certainly.
I did want one more thing to mention. I almost forgot. We are doing a little contest for everybody. This is for everybody, not just kids. If you go into the store and you put your name on this ticket and you put it into a box, the winner wins a medium blizzard for the month for a year.
Okay.
And they'll get a punch ticket too. Now that's for everybody, and we pretty much got a lot of little pages, with their names and stuff on it. So when they come in there and visit us, make sure they put their name, and they can join as many times as they want. If every time they come in, they can put a ticket in there. It gives them more chances to win.
All right. Yeah, and the blizzard of the month. For a year, that sounds like a fun thing to be able to do. This month the blizzard is
the Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle. All right, that sounds good. And then you've got, let's see, we're not too far from November. Do we know what we're going to do then?
Yeah, actually we have a line of blizzards right now. We have the Oreo hot cocoa blizzard. We have the snickerdoodle blizzard. We have the pumpkin pie blizzard, which is very good.
Okay.
And then we also have the what was the other one? Oh, the dipped strawberry with Gardelli.
The Ghirardelli chocolate.
It's so good.
I've heard enough chocolate here to be fixed for the rest of the week. It sounds like, you guys really love what you do.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. I love my job very much.
Yeah, you've got to love the kids. You've got to love the people who come in. You've got to love the product that you produce. It sounds like you guys really love that.
We really do. We really love to try to take care of our fans, as we call them. And it's real important to us that we, make fresh food. That's so important. But still, again, get it out quickly so they can go on about their day.
Right. Yeah. We're not looking at a lot of pre-made things.
Never.
No,
Never.
We make everything from right. Even our salads are made right then and there.
Okay.
We don't pre-make our salads. We don't pre-make anything. We do pre-make our gravy, but we make that in bulk because we go through it so much.
Right. Well, a very important thing. And again, that's a tradition that Dairy Queen has, making sure that everything is fresh and ready
Yes, sir.
for the customer in that way. Well, ladies, thank you for joining us this morning. I appreciate it so very much. I appreciate your enthusiasm for what you do and the enthusiasm that you have for our community and located on South Broadway. Your hours are?
We open at 10 and we close at 10 during the week, and then Friday and Saturday we close at 11.
All right. So 10 a.m. until 10 during the week and 10 a.m. until 11 on the weekends.
Yep.
So
Yes, sir.
we encourage you to go to Dairy Queen on South Broadway. In Sulphur Springs, we have 2 Dairy Queen locations, but the one on South Broadway
It's the best.
is easily accessible, is the best, and is certainly an opportunity for people to enjoy Dairy Queen any time during the open hours and enjoy it. Ladies, thank you, and I know
Thank
these
you.
kids are going to get involved in
Thank you
this
for
coloring
having us.
contest and also in the costume contest. Kids are always looking for a costume contest to go to.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So we hope you have a great time with that, and thank you for being with us this morning.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
for having us.
All
You have a
right.
great day.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
In news, the Wildcats marching band competed at a Prairie Land band contest on Saturday, and we get results from Wildcats band director Spencer Emmert.
We had a great day. First contest of the season where the kids actually got to march prelims and finals with no rain interrupting the day. So it was a good day. Kids had a good first preliminary performance, which qualified them for finals. They also made straight ones with the band program and got good comments leading into the finals. We ended up and had a finals performance that evening. We challenged the kiddos to step it up and take a step up and try to move up in the rankings, which they did. We actually ended up 4th place overall. But incidentally, when this contest had a little bit different scoring system, which normally contests will take the raw score of the judges and turn that into a ranking system, and then total up the ranking system, and then put them in order from the smallest number as the top. Obviously, if you have ones across the board because you're the first ranked band, you'll probably have a composite score of 5. And so that's kind of how that works out. This contest chose to do it a different way, and incidentally, they don't typically, your captions aren't necessarily put into that overall band score. It is something that they'll do for caption awards only. But we actually found out after the fact that the contest decided to put the captions into the full band judging, and also decided not to do the ranking system. They just totaled up raw points and then put them in order. So it was a little bit different deal. Our show this year was really geared to taking the band to more of a 5A competitive level with the show production and the velocity of drill and things, which we've had a great success at. And so the kids ended up 4th place, but if we would have had the ranking system, we kind of did some homework ourselves, we would have probably been 2nd or 3rd. So that was a interesting little dynamic. And the other issue with the other thing was we actually tied for outstanding general effect for the championship there, and through a UIL-based tie-breaking system, we actually ended up and didn't win that, even though our score is tied. So it was an interesting day all around. I would say it was a fantastic learning experience for the kids, especially our freshmen, to get that full day of contest finally. And it wrapped up a really, really great season, a fantastic competition season, and just a really, really great year to kind of start with a new transition. And I think it was all in all a successful day.
All right. You've got, I guess, 3 football games, perhaps playoffs. Who knows what's going to happen? Do you stick with this show, which you've got it all kind of mastered? Or I know usually at some point Charlie used to kind of, change things up a little bit to, kind of to, just for change.
Sure.
But what's your plan?
We'll do our show this Friday. Greenville actually is in Region 3, and we had a communication with the director maybe to do a little collaboration thing.
Oh, okay.
But their contest was supposed to be this Wednesday, which is scheduled for a rainout.
Right.
So they've actually postponed that to Monday. So he's wanting to do his full show in preps for his UIL, which is understandable.
Sure.
So we'll do our contest performance this Friday. Beginning next week, our last home game, we'll probably do our contest show again for our crowd, simply because we've only done it one time, because every other game has been rained out. So we really are excited to perform our full show with our home crowd. And then after that, we'll look into maybe doing a spirit show as we go into playoffs, which will be fun. The kids will enjoy that. And we've got an exciting thing happening. Our last home game on senior night. Not only will that be a great celebration, but we'll bring our 8th grade band students over to participate with the high school band the first half and through halftime. And then at halftime, we'll not only get to recognize our seniors in a special way through the band, but also we'll be presenting our band bow and band sweetheart at halftime for the 2018 season.
All right. I would imagine what we saw last Friday was sometime during the summer. You said, there might be a time when it's rainy. So what are we going to do? And you put together kind of a, non-marching, just kind of playing of the alma mater and a few other things like that. Is that the way that worked?
Actually, we came up with that about at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter when we talked with the away band, and we decided there was no way we could get woodwinds out in that, and the electronics weren't usable. So we kind of jumped into action, and that's a testament to the flexibility and the professionalism of our students,
Sure.
where we can just quickly give them an instruction and they can respond. So that was actually a pretty neat thing.
In sports, it's Coordinator Tuesday. Wildcats offensive coordinator Matt Young tells us about the Wildcats' offensive performance last Friday against Corsicana. Coach Young also tells us about the Greenville Lions defense that his offensive group will face this Friday at Greenville.
It was a good ball game. Kids did a lot of good things, just didn't do enough. There was a couple of scoring opportunities where we got the ball down inside the 10 and didn't get points, and really that ends up being the difference in the ball game. I thought O-line was extremely physical. I thought our backs ran hard. I thought DeCorin did a good job with some decision making. And then we had receivers make plays. Landry Tyson probably had one of his best games of the year, if not best game he's had in high school. Just being consistent, catching the ball. Austin Dodd makes his big plays. Ch.18, who's kind of been a quiet guy doing his job, stepped out a little bit and had a couple of big catches. So it wasn't the night how we wanted to end up, but we were able to move the football. I think we had 2 punts, no turnovers. It just comes back, and what we're really stressing this week is just understanding the importance of when we get inside the 10 that we come away with points.
Yeah, in case somebody thought that we just had a so-so night of offense, I think we had over 400 yards.
Yeah, we did. We had 400 yards. We had 20 first downs. Statistically, the only one that was the blemish was when you get inside the 20. What we talk about, we call it green zone, not the red zone. The green zone, we need touchdowns. And if you look over the whole season, I think one other time we got inside the green zone and had to settle for a field goal. So it had been something that's been a problem. And when you go back and you look at it, that's what we do as coaches. That's where I'm evaluating myself. We probably had first and goal from the 10, where most of the time this year it's been first and goal from the 4. So things just played out a little bit different. Whether we bobbled a snap, whether we had a run play that's been getting yards on that one play, it didn't. Because, of course, Canada does some good stuff and has some good players too. But we'll go back to work. It was a great matchup of 2 good teams, what you like to see, where you can evaluate yourself, and then you come back at it and get ready to roll.
DeCorian, his ability to scramble just a different dimension because their linemen were so fast he could just barely outrun them, but he did a great job. The only thing was he got disrupted or delayed by a bobble or something like that. Sometimes he couldn't get away from them, but he did a pretty good job of scrambling away.
He did a good job. He did a good job of not taking sacks when he could get rid of it. If you watch the game, he seemed to be on the run a bunch. And at times he was. Some of it was for various, maybe a receiver didn't run a great route and they weren't open. A lot of our stuff we throw is quick and timing, and if we don't do a good job on that end, then that's what it turns into. But that lets us go to his ability of making plays, and I think he ended up with a 61% completion rate, which is really good considering what he was going against opponent-wise.
Very good. Greenville Lions now on defense. I think blue-collar and tough guys.
They are. They're extremely quick and athletic. They can recover really quick. They can be patient to break on balls and then get there in a hurry. Their corners are extremely fast on the outside, tough to get behind. They got a defensive end, number 80, Abrego. We're saying right now our feeling is the best defensive end we've played all year. Very, very active, very long, 6'3", gangly. You can get him blocked, and then you look up and he's making the tackle. He's just that kind of kid, plays really hard, really a compliment to him on how he plays the game.
Really important to kind of bounce back, so I know the offense is looking to kind of lead the way in that.
It's a big game. I think if we looked at it right, with a win this week, it should get us in the playoffs. That'd be great to go ahead and lock that in. You want to come back and show consistency after last week. The challenge is going to be emotionally. It was such an emotional game last week, up high. It's 28-21 in the fourth quarter. It's 35-28. It's a ball game. And the challenge is to get that back up on Friday night. It's Stew Festival here. The crowd probably won't be as big as it's been. Greenville's just a quieter place naturally. The stadium's just a little bit darker. Our kids got to bring energy. They started that yesterday. They had a great day yesterday for a Monday. Great attitude about things, accepting where they came up short on some stuff and going right back to work.
Wildcats defensive coordinator Alex Guerra comments on the Wildcats defensive effort against Corsicana last Friday, and Coach Guerra also tells us about that Greenville offense.
We did all right. We played good about 3.5 quarters, 3 quarters maybe. We knew Hoffman was going to break loose. We just didn't figure it was going to be that fast and that often in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's kind of those great backs. A lot of times they just kind of wear on you, and eventually, usually late in the game, and he had 2 fourth-quarter touchdown runs, so it's kind of the deal on him, I guess.
Yes, sir. He's a great athlete. We knew it coming in. We knew it'd be hard to tackle, and we had some busts here and there, assignment-wise, missed tackles, and before you know it, great players just going to make things happen, and he did a great job for them.
I was looking over the stat sheet, and I saw an eye-popping statistic, player that we haven't talked about a whole lot this year, but obviously did a very good job Friday night. Rio Becerra had a lot of tackles, look like.
Yes, sir. He came in and did a little bit. Special teams-wise also came in and made some plays for us.
All right. Anybody else kind of stick out for you that played well for you?
Landry Tyson did a good job for us coming down from the safety. It's never good when your safety has the bulk of the tackles, but it was one of those kind of nights with some of the things we were doing to try to stop the run that our safeties were involved a lot, and he came in and did a good job for us.
Coach Owens very complimentary of the D-line. He thought they played very, very hard and really got after it with a very good Corsicana offensive line. Yeah,
they've been on a roll. Coach V's got them going last 2 weeks, in this Corsicana. We knew that'd be the kind of the rough spot, and we knew, not take anything from any of the rest of the district because he saw some good lines this year. But we knew those guys would be tough, and our kids did a good job. We were, as always, undersized up front. But they fought, worked their hands well, moved their feet well, and we're proud of them.
Very good. Greenville Lions coming up. Their quarterback's been dinged up a little bit. I'm not sure his status, but he's a pretty good one. He's been back there for, seemed like, at least 3 years. And then Maps, just incredible athlete for Greenville. Tell us your thoughts on the Greenville offense.
They're pretty explosive. They can make plays at any time. Remind me a lot of Terrell. They're very athletic, and if you don't mind your assignment, they can go for a long one at any time. They're, like I said, real explosive. They can go to the ball. They're fast. They're quick. So we're going to be very sound defensively this week if we're going to stand a chance to pull this off.
They really don't like us very much, and so they'll be very, very, revved up, you would think, playing at home. and we coming off a loss, we've got to get up to that same level, don't we?
Yeah, I think we got our kids done a good job even yesterday, first day back, even back to Saturday morning, after the big loss, we came in, the kids were focused, they kind of got their minds where they need to be. I didn't know what to expect, obviously first loss of the year, and but they came in ready to work. We moved practice yesterday to the stadium a little bit because of the field, and man, it was awesome. Kids were focused, did a good job, so I think we'll be up to the task.
The old cliche is always how you practice is how you play, or do you buy into that?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I think, you can't just get out there and turn it on. You've got to focus all week. We got a very loose bunch, as you can see. When we're working, but when those guys get a little bit idle time, they're all over the place. So it's up to us to try to contain that and harness that energy.
Wildcat cross-country runner Landon Thornton qualified for the state meet at the regional cross-country meet in Dallas on Monday. Thornton finished 22nd in the race and grabbed the final spot for state. Wildcat Christian Palomino finished 23rd and just missed qualifying. The Wildcats finished in 8th place out of 26 teams. Cross-country coach Ross Hicks said that 8th place finish was the best finish for one of his teams since he's been the coach the past 3 years. Other Wildcats in order of finish were Eli Sellers, Andrew Escobar, and Jose Mejia. The Lady Cats finished in 19th place. They were led by Sydney Washburn. Coach Hicks said she collapsed at the finish line after giving it all that she had. She recovered with no injury after that collapse. Other finishers for the Lady Cats were Maury Flecker, Caitlin Farrell, Jessica Yanez, Landry McKinney, Ashley Noe, and also Haley Ricks. Bailey Arrington had a foot injury and could not compete. Thornton will be competing at the state cross-country meet at Old Settlers Park in Round Rock on November 3rd. That would be Saturday, or next Saturday. Saltillo Lady Lions cross-country coach Colton Smith and Saltillo Lions coach Bill Giles are proud of their teams, and rightly so. Both teams qualified for the state meet at the regional cross-country meet on Monday in Dallas. Smith said the Lady Lions placed 4th overall to advance to the state meet for the 5th year in a row. Lady Lions Sienna Collins won the race with a time of 12:42. Reagan Spear was 13th. Christina Wade was 26th. Ophelia Cabrera was 51st. Jocelyn Ochoa was 64th. Chandler Bain was 88th, and Danielle Ross was 89th. Coach Smith said conditions were not optimal for the race, noting that the weather felt nice, but the course, was very muddy and wet. He says he was proud of the way the girls pushed through it and competed. Coach Bill Giles said the Lions finished 3rd and qualified for state for the 8th year out of the last 9. Saltillo won state back in 2016, and they were state runner-up in 2015 and 2017. The Lions were led by Garrett Tarver, who was second in the race with a time of 16:31:51. Jaden Holloway was 5th. Dylan Beadle was 14th. Matthew Gurley was 30th. Eddie Oleo was 40th. Ben Moore was 66th. And Andrew Welburn was 70th. Coach Giles notes that he only had 2 runners returning for the varsity off of last year's team. He says it was the first regional race for 5 of his guys, and he said they ran really well. The Saltillo teams will compete at that state meet in Round Rock on November 3rd.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
And then so Guaranty Bank and Trust corporate, we met our goal at 645, and then from employees as 1,020, so 1,665 total.
Wow.
Oh, and if I win the Powerball, it's going to be the largest Hopkins County United Way in history.
Y'all had this has been recorded.
I'm going to get written agreements when you're referencing the lottery.
Hey, that's fine. Put it in writing. If I win, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be fantastic.
You'll never be seen again. I have Legacy A credit, $200. They met their goal. All World Travel met their goal at 365. Schlotzsky's exceeded their goal, like was 160, and they did 200. And then Soap Springs Livestock did 200. Awesome.
I have 8 out of my 9. Hall Oil Company 385, Broadway Smile 60, Roper and Wyatt 200, Smith and Smith, Law Firm 70, J. Bryan Allen 65, Carl Bryan 42, Powers and White 328, and Johnson Long 443.
I have Don Layo for $55. They missed their goal. I have 2 outstanding and the one dental, the receptionist always says, well, we gave it to her, but she just doesn't come through. So
Which dentist?
this downtown.
We got totals through today on what we received as of right now. Today we're adding $28,043.38. So that brings our campaign today total to $77,601.58. So since I work at the bank and I like ratios, we're at 47% of our overall goal. So we're almost halfway there.
Very good.
Yep, which means that we got to finish strong. Again, halfway is great, but the other half makes us or breaks us. So let's keep after it. Encourage those that still have packets outstanding to pick those up as fast as we can if they're ready.